A musty old library, an unfinished novel, and a strange scarecrow with a dark history are just a few of the spine-chilling elements that make up these terrifying tales. So get ready to have all your worst fears confirmed with our collection of scary stories about scarecrows. Scarecrows have been around for centuries, first appearing in Egyptian artwork as early as 3000 BC. And it's easy to see why they've stuck around. After all, we all know how annoying it is when you're growing your very own prize-winning vegetables, and some pesky birds come along and ruin everything. Of course, since scarecrows have been around for so long, it's no surprise that myths and legends have sprung up about them. One such story comes from the Scottish borders, where the locals tell a tale about a mysterious scarecrow named the Crooked Man. The story goes that this particular scarecrow wasn't like any other. For one thing, it didn't seem to do much to scare off the birds, but for another, it also appeared to be cursed. It all started when two young lovers decided to elope. But their happiness was short-lived, as they were soon caught and brought before a judge who sentenced them to be hanged. The girl was spared, but the boy was left to swing from a tree until he was dead. Or was he? Some say that his spirit remained in the scarecrow that was made from his corpse and hung in the nearby cornfield. And sure enough, anyone who came too close to the scarecrow was never quite the same again. If you're not already convinced that the Crooked Man is a legend to be feared, let me tell you about what happened to one unlucky farmer who decided to remove the curse for himself. One day he climbed into the field to take down the scarecrow, but as he reached out to grab it, he felt a sudden tug. Startled, he fell backwards and broke his neck. The townspeople, already wary of the scarecrow, were quick to blame the farmer's death on the Crooked Man, and so the legend only grew stronger. But there may be more to the story than meets the eye. Was the scarecrow really cursed, or was there something more sinister at play? You decide. When we think of classic horror movies, we often picture iconic villains like Freddy Krueger, Hannibal Lecter, and Norman Bates. But there's one movie villain that stands out from the rest as the scariest of them all. In a recent survey conducted by the streaming service Shudder, over 4,000 horror fans ranked some of the most famous movie monsters and killers of all time. And the winner of the top spot was none other than the Scarecrow from the 2006 psychological horror film Black Christmas. This film, directed by Glenn Morgan, follows a group of college students who are stalked and murdered by a mysterious killer while they're home for the holidays. The suspense builds as the body count rises and the students try to figure out who is behind the attacks. But it's the Scarecrow that truly terrifies us. Dressed in a tattered black suit, a top hat and a creepy mask, this Scarecrow is the embodiment of fear and the unknown. In the movie, the Scarecrow serves as a symbol of the killer's presence, appearing in various scenes throughout the film, as if watching the students' every move. This creates a constant sense of dread and anticipation, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats, wondering when and how the killer will strike next. But the true horror of the Scarecrow lies in its ambiguity. We never learn its true identity or its connection to the killer, which allows our imaginations to run wild. Is it a physical manifestation of the killer's madness, a mere prop that the killer uses to taunt the victims, or is it something else entirely? Whatever the case may be, the Scarecrow's presence adds a layer of psychological complexity to the film that makes it truly terrifying. But why is the Scarecrow such a compelling and frightening symbol of evil? Perhaps it's because of the unexpectedness of it. Scarecrows are typically seen as harmless figures, meant to protect crops from hungry birds, not vicious killers. This subversion of expectations creates a sense of unease and uncertainty, making the Scarecrow a perfect tool for the killer to use in their game of cat and mouse. Additionally, the Scarecrow's appearance is crucial to its effectiveness as a symbol of fear. In the film, the Scarecrow is dressed in a way that evokes a sense of dread and mystery. Its tattered clothing and creepy mask create a sense of unease, and its very presence suggests a darkness that lies beneath the surface. The ambiguity surrounding the Scarecrow's identity and motives allows the audience to fill in the blanks with their own fears and imagination, making it all the more terrifying. Finally, the Scarecrow's role in the film as a silent observer adds to its overall creepiness. It appears in various scenes, seemingly watching the students go about their daily lives, which creates a sense of paranoia and mistrust. We can't help but wonder what the Scarecrow knows and what it might be planning next. This sense of foreboding and uncertainty makes the Scarecrow a truly terrifying addition to the world of horror cinema. And speaking of scary scarecrows, let's talk about horrorscapes. These spine-chilling mazes are taking the Halloween experience to a whole new level of fear and excitement. Unlike your typical haunted house, Horrorscapes immerses you in a terrifying journey through a series of interconnected mazes, each filled with its own unique brand of frights. As you navigate through the twisting paths, you'll encounter all sorts of ghoulish creatures, from creepy clowns to flesh-eating zombies, all brought to life by talented actors who are committed to giving you a truly unforgettable and terrifying experience. But it's not just the scares that make Horrorscapes so special. The production quality of these mazes is top-notch. The set design is incredibly detailed and immersive, transporting you to a world where anything can happen. The special effects are used sparingly but effectively, creating just enough suspense and surprise to keep you on edge. And the sound design is masterful, with a perfect mix of eerie music and sound effects that will leave you feeling like you're in a nightmare. Whether you're a thrill-seeker looking for the ultimate adrenaline rush or just someone who loves a good scare, Horrorscapes is definitely worth checking out. So if you're near one of the locations, I highly recommend braving the scares and seeing for yourself what it's like to enter a world where the only rule is to survive the night. One of the most popular theories about the Crooked Man suggests that he is nothing more than a malevolent spirit that has possessed several different scarecrow bodies over the years. Those who believe in this theory claim that the spirit is drawn to the scarecrow's likeness to the original victim and uses it to continue tormenting those who enter the cornfield. According to this theory, the spirit takes great pleasure in scaring and even harming those who come too close to the scarecrow, causing them to suffer the same fate as the boy who was hanged. The idea of a restless spirit haunting the cornfield and possessing different scarecrow bodies is a chilling one. It suggests that the horror associated with the Crooked Man isn't just confined to the past, but continues to affect those in the present. If this is true, then it raises the question of how to escape the clutches of a vengeful spirit. Is it possible to break the cycle of terror that has been plaguing the cornfield for centuries? Or are those who enter doomed to suffer the same fate as the Crooked Man? Another intriguing theory about the Crooked Man is that he isn't a spirit at all, but rather a human being with a dark and twisted agenda. Some believe that the man who was hanged in the cornfield wasn't actually innocent, but rather had done something terrible that warranted his punishment. Over time, his spirit became twisted and vengeful, turning him into the Crooked Man we know today. Proponents of this theory argue that the Crooked Man isn't just a figment of the townspeople's imagination or a malevolent spirit, but a real person with real motives for his actions. This idea adds a layer of complexity to the legend, suggesting that the line between good and evil isn't always clear-cut. Could there be more to the story than just a simple tale of love and loss? Or is there a darker secret lurking beneath the surface? It's important to remember that these are just theories, and there is no concrete evidence to support either one. But that's part of what makes the legend of the Crooked Man so enduring. There is always something new to discover and explore, keeping the mystery alive. Whether you believe the Crooked Man is a restless spirit or a twisted human being, one thing is for sure. He remains a terrifying figure in the Scottish borders, and his legend shows no signs of disappearing anytime soon. So the next time you find yourself wandering through a cornfield, be sure to keep an eye out for any creepy scarecrows. You never know when a malevolent spirit might decide to make itself known. Thanks for watching. Have you ever seen anything like this? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check back for more videos like these. See you next time.